For sample problem number 5, we have a cylindrical tank with vertical axis contains water. A 60 millimeter diameter orifice is located at the side, 0.60 meters above the bottom of the tank, and 1.5 above this orifice is another 75 millimeter diameter orifice. So basically, meron tayong dalawang orifice sa side ng isang cylindrical tank. The coefficient of discharge and coefficient of velocity ng dalawang orifice binigay naman. And if the point of intersection of the jets is at a horizontal distance of 4 meters and a vertical distance of 1.5 meters from the center of the lower orifice, so tatlo ang tinatanong, head on the upper orifice, discharge on the lower orifice, and the total discharge of the two orifice. So dito, projectile pa rin to kay orifice, kaya nga lang dalawa yung jet or stream of water natin. Kumbaga parang upgraded version siya ng ating sample problem number 4. Okay, so para mas maintindihan natin, so mahirap kasi i-solve ito nang wala siyang figure, no? So let's draw muna. So meron daw tayong cylindrical tank. Say, ito yung cylindrical tank na yun. Ayusin ko lang yung drawing. So merong dalawang orifice. Okay, yan. So let's say ito yung laman na tubig ng ating tank. And meron kang dalawang orifice. So sabi sa problem, etong babang orifice, this is 0.6 meters from the bottom of the tank. So this is 0.6. And then another orifice is located 1.5 above that orifice. So ito naman ay 1.5 meters. So dito, ang stream ng dalawang jet natin ay mag-intersect at distance. For example, ito yung una. So, bale, ang point of intersection ng dalawang jet na yun, let's say itong point na to, is at a horizontal distance na 4 meters. So, x is equal to 4 meters. And then, from the bottom ng ating lower orifice, so sabi sa problem, balikan lang natin. So, vertical distance 1.5 from the center of the lower orifice. So, hindi lang symmetrical ulit yung drawing, no? Pero from the bottom hanggang dito, ito dapat ay 1.5 meters daw. Okay? So, given the diameter na itong upper orifice natin ay merong 75 mm na diameter, while itong lower orifice natin has 60 mm diameter. Okay? So, isa sa mga given is yung CVN, yung ating CD. So, ang CB ay 0.98 while the coefficient of discharge is 0.61. Okay, so ano pa ba yung binigay dun sa ating problem? Check ko lang. So, diameter, distance, diameter, CV. Okay, so yan naman na lahat ng given, no? So, unang tinatanong is head on the upper orifice. So, figure natin, ito yon. Ano daw ang head na to? So, let's say, ito na lang yung ating orifice 1, ito yung ating orifice 2. So, syempre, ito ay H1 or head ng ating upper orifice. Yung head naman ng ating lower orifice, ito yun. Dito ko na lang i-drawing, no? Para hindi mag-overlap yung ating mga dimensions. So, ito naman yung ating H2 or head ng ating lower orifice. Now, kung titingnan natin sa figure, pwede natin itong express as H1 plus 1 hours. O tama, 1.5. That's the H2. So so 'di ba sabi kasi nag-intersect yung dalawang jet natin. So dapat yung distance travel ng ating mga jet ay pwede rin natin silang equate. So dito, merong x1, so equal siya kay x2. Kasi from a vertical line, located naman yung ating dalawang orifice. Kumbaga, meron kang axis dito. So parehas naman na nandyan sa axis na yung ating dalawang orifice. So nag-intersect sila at this point. So parehas yung distance travel nila horizontally. Pagdating naman dun sa kanilang y, so eto, sabihin natin eto si y2. While for the y1, so ang y1 kasi mula dito hanggang dito sa baba. Ito naman si y1. So si y1, we can express that. So 1.5 ito plus etong height na to is 1.5 din. So si y1, that's 3 meters. Okay? So sulat ko dito, x1 and x2 is equal to 4 meters. Si y1, siya ay 3 meters, while si y2 is 1.5 meters. Okay? Now, for part A, tinatanong what's the value of h1. Na yung h1 kasi kailangan natin siya sa pagsosolve ng discharge. So remember the formula na merong square root of 2gh. So yung h doon, yun yung head causing the flow. Pero dito kasi marami pa tayong unknown. And to solve for the h1, kailangan nating gumawa ng equation relating yung x nila. So since parehas naman yung kanilang x, remember the formula ng projectile, yung pinakauna? That x is equal to Vx times time. So kung parehas si x1 and x2, we can say that Vx1 times t1 equal siya kay Vx2 t2. And by the way, dito wala namang binigay na initial angle ng ating jet. So we assume na 0 yung angle niya from the horizontal. So kung 0 yung angle niya from the horizontal, ibig sabihin yung V1y at yung ating V2y is equal to 0. Papalitan ko na para parehas ng label. Ito gawin ko na lang V1x. Ito naman ay V2x. Okay? So dito, 0 yung vertical component ng velocity nila kasi 0 yung initial angle ng projectile natin. Okay? So dito, yung ating Vx1 or V1x and V2x, kailangan natin siyang gawa ng equation. Same with the time. So dun muna siguro tayo kay time, no? So for the second formula ng projectile, y is equal to Vyt minus 1/2 gt squared. So if we're considering orifice 1, we have y1. So si y1 natin equal siya kay v1y times t1 minus 1/2 g t1 squared. Now since 0 yung ating initial angle, so 0 yung ating v1y, so wala na ito. And etong si y1, meron naman tayong value niyan. Eto yon, 3 meters. Okay, let's substitute. So y1 is 3 meters. 0 na to, minus 1/2. Ang g natin ay 9.81 and then we have t1 squared. Now dito, sabi ko importante ang direction no, pagdating kay y. So from the location ng ating orifice 1, so ang jet niya ay nag-travel downward. So just indicate na ang y na na-travel niya ay negative since downward. So from this equation, so masolve na natin yung ating t1. So t1 is equal to 0.782 seconds. Okay? So yan yung isang kailangan natin. So kumbaga ito yung main na working equation natin. Okay? So, meron tayong T1. So, kailangan natin gawa ng expression itong 4 na parameters na nandiyan. Okay? And we do the same solution for T2 naman. So, using that, so we have Y2 naman equal to V2Y T2 minus 1/2 G T2 squared. So, yung vertical component ng orifice 2, velocity doon ay 0 din. So, wala na yan. So, ang ating Y2, ito naman siya, 1.5. So, negative 1.5 kasi downward, minus 1/2 times 9.81 times T2 squared. So, pwede na rin nating masolve ang T2, and this is equal to 0.553 seconds. Okay? So, next, pupunta naman tayo kay velocities. So, yung V1x and V2x. So, ang gamitin nating formula for the V. So, for the theoretical velocity, di ba, we have square root of 2gh. So, ito yung ating main na formula for the theoretical velocity. So, if you want to get V1x, this is square root ng 2g. Ang gagamitin mong h is h1. For V2 naman, so for V2x, this is equal to square root of 2g times h2. Now, remember, kay part ang tinatanong po ay etong si h1. Siyempre, dapat sa equation na to, ang matitira ay h1 lang ang dapat ang unknown para ma-solve natin siya. Now, kung sasalpak natin siya dun sa ating working equation, ang V1x ay square root of 2g, or lagay ako na ng value ito. So, si 2g, lagay ko na siyang 19.62. 19.62 h1. So, this is V1x. We multiply it with T1. Ito naman siya. 0.782 equal to V2x times T2. So, si V2x, that is square root of 2g. So, 19.62 h2. As you can see, sabi natin dapat h1 lang unknown dito. So, kailangan natin gawa ng paraan paano ma-express si h2 in terms of h1. Now, kung titingin tayo dito sa ating figure, ito yung ating h2. So, pwede natin siyang isulat in terms of h1 plus 1.5. So, yun na lang po yung gagamitin ko dito. So, h1 plus 1.5. And then, extend ko lang itong square root natin. Times T2 na, ito naman siya, 0.553. Okay. Sige lang. So, ko konti. 0.553. Okay? So, pwede natin siyang ma-solve since h1 na lang ang unknown. So, h1 is, that is approximately 1.5 meters. So, ito yung ating answer for this part A. Okay, next part, tinatanong naman discharge flowing in the lower orifice. So, for the discharge in the lower orifice, next slide na lang tayo, no? So, for part B, tinatanong discharge the second orifice, yung second orifice natin, yung lower. So, Q2. So, by formula, this is CD, area ng orifice is square root of 2G. So, since we're referring to the orifice 2, ang gagamitin mong H is si H2. So, si CD, this is given do sa ating problem, that's 0.61. Area ng ating lower orifice has a diameter of 60 mm. So, pi over 4 times 0.06 squared square root of 19.62 times yung H2 natin na 1.5 na H1 plus another 1.5. So, ito yung na-compute nating H1, no? So, sa ating part A. Okay, so for our Q2, we have 0.013 cubic meter per second. So, this is our answer for part B. For part C naman, tinatanong is the total discharge from the orifice. So, kailangan mong hanapin yung pinagsamang discharge nila. So, meron tayong Q2. So, hanapin naman natin si Q1. So, si Q1, still, 0.61 ang kanyang coefficient of discharge. Pero ang diameter niya ay 75 mm. So, 0.075 squared. Square root of 2g times h1. So, ang h1 natin, di ba, is 1.5. And ito naman ay equal to 0.015 cubic meter per second. Now, kung tinatanong the total discharge, so pagsamahin lang si Q1 and Q2. So, 13 plus 15, that's 28. So, this is 0.028 cubic meter per second. So, this is our answer for part C.